If honey is activated and is the last program used while shopping on a site, it is likely honey will receive credit for the purchase.
If honey is activated and is the last program used,
Receive credit for the purchase.
but they force themselves to be the last program used. And they literally have a protection racket on the side that is like, if you pay us some money, we're gonna minimize the impact on you. Like, just pay us some money and give us like the discount codes that you're fine with them finding, and we'll hide the other ones from them. This is why I love YouTube journalism, because could this have been done by just a major media company? Yes, but it hasn't. Boom. Yes. Okay, let's start with this. Let's just start with the honey story, because the honey story is crazy, and then we'll get into some political stuff. But honestly, the honey story is maybe something that's going to stay a regular thing for the next few... Like, I want to see what developments happen around this. This is the video we're going to watch. Megalag, honestly, I discovered this channel a few months ago with their videos on... You know those glasses that went... There were a few viral videos of colorblind people reacting to getting these glasses for the first time, and supposedly the glasses made colorblind people able to see color. And this guy's videos about that are awesome, because basically he was able to pretty conclusively prove that it was all bullshit, and including like just admissions by, it wasn't him finding these, but like putting together the evidence that it was all bullshit, and having like responses from the company and all of that. And it was a whole series of videos that is really, really worth a watch. And clearly the quality of this guy's work, I guess he's an entire team. This channel is an entire team, but the quality of their work is really, really good. And it's really something that is inspiring for me as a YouTube journalist, for sure.
By now, you've probably heard about Honey. You know, the browser extension that saves you money.
Do you have Honey installed?
What's Honey?
Oh, no.
Honey.
Honey is a free browser extension.
Free browser extension.
Free browser extension.
Free browser extension.
That automatically applies coupon codes when you check out online.
Free money, basically.
It's literally free money.
It doesn't make sense to not be using this.
So what's the catch?
Now that I've seen this video, it's even funnier to see them saying free money, because they were right. It is free money. But it's not free money for them.
There is no catch.
Join Honey. Join Honey.
Join honey.
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 Honey. Honey. Honey. Honey. Honey. Honey.
Join Honey. Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but your favorite influencers sold you a lie. Honey is a scam, and the majority of claims promoted by those influencers aren't even remotely true. But it gets worse. Honey hasn't just been scamming you, the consumer, they've also been stealing money from influencers, including the very ones they paid to promote their product. And I'm not just talking about a few bucks here. I believe this scam has likely cost content creators millions of dollars. Sound crazy? Well, I didn't believe it at first either, until I experienced it myself firsthand. In fact, I'm confident this might just be the biggest influencer scam of all time, which is insane considering Honey is owned and run by PayPal, who purchased this company for $4 billion. This three-part series is the result of a multi-year investigation where I believe I've uncovered signs of advertising fraud, affiliate fraud, the illegal collection of personal data.
When I hear free money, alarm bells ring. Yes, and that should have been a reaction by a lot of people. This is why I love YouTube journalism, because could this have been done by just a major media company? Yes, but it hasn't. And it took a YouTuber to investigate himself and other creators being scammed, and I like have so much respect for the fact that people are able to do this, because as we're going to see, there are some people who like realized that there was a problem here, but basically did nothing apart from not working with Honey anymore until Megalag decided, oh wait, no, this is way worse than just, oh, we're not happy with the terms of the contracts, and we're actually gonna like make an entire investigation about it.
Deception, lies, coercion, extortion, the list goes on. I've reviewed hundreds of documents, adverts, sponsorships. I've reviewed emails between Honey and merchants, interviewed victims. Believe me, this runs deep. Now, I want to be clear, the views, allegations, and conclusions expressed in this series are my opinions, based on evidence I have gathered, which will be shared throughout. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the honey trap.
Yeah, I'm also curious about the next part that he announces at the end because it seems already pretty conclusive. So like, yeah, I really want to see what comes after this.
Now I know what you're thinking. It's a free browser extension. How bad could it be? Well, trust me, it's far more sinister than you might think. You know what they say, if a product's free, it's likely you're the product. And as you'll find out later in this investigation, that remains true for PayPal Honey. Now, like most people, I too fell for the lies. I mean, what's not to love about a free browser extension that saves you money? It's a compelling product, and with the endorsement from what feels like every single popular influencer on YouTube, it's no wonder millions of people downloaded it. Ironically, the very influencers promoting Honey seemingly had no idea the company was quietly picking money out of their very own pockets. Well, at least one of them realized
that's the thing that's so insidious about this is like unknowingly promoting a scam that is scamming your audience is bad. And if anything, it would maybe be worse because you would feel complicit about it. But like promoting a scam that is scamming yourself is like a special level of, I don't know if I would say stupid because it was hidden well enough that like it would be very hard for them to realize. But still, like the level of brazenness of Honey doing this for years. And just like the discount code that it replaces is just like the way that it sends it to PayPal directly is crazy.
We'll get to that later. So let me show you how Honey's been stealing money from influencers. So let's say you're watching a video on YouTube. If you're into tech like me, maybe you're watching a Linus Tech Tips video. Linus tells you about the
John Ponzi would be very proud of this, yeah.
free browser extension that saves you money online. You install it in 2 clicks, and boom, you have Honey. Perfect timing, because it just so happens you're looking to buy a new CPU for your computer. You come across another Linus Tech Tips video, and after watching, you're convinced you should buy the one recommended in his video. So you scroll down and find Linus's affiliate link to that product. Now, for those of you who don't know, when you click an affiliate link and buy something, the influencer who promoted the product earns a commission for referring you to that store. So you add the product to your cart, get to the checkout page, and hello, Honey says they found you 10 coupon codes. Sweet. You click apply discounts and Honey gets to work. But unfortunately, none of the coupon codes worked. Doesn't matter though, because as Honey has promised us for years, that means we know we've got the best deal. So you complete your purchase, you're happy, your new CPU's on the way, Linus is happy, he's getting his commission, everyone's happy, right? Well, let's quickly rewind and see what was happening behind the scenes. You see, after clicking Linus's affiliate link, you'll notice in the URL, there's a tracking tag labeled short circuit. That's a reference to one of Linus's YouTube channels. And this tracking tag is how Newegg knows who to pay a commission to. We can also see that this tracking tag has been saved on my browser in the form of a cookie that will expire in 30 days. That way, if we only decide to complete the purchase a few days later,
I wonder, so I see how you can check this once you know, but I wonder how he realized this. That's the thing. I think he explains it, but still. If Squarespace or NordVPN turned out to be scams, YouTube might be over. Possibly, yeah.
Linus will still be credited.
If anything, Patreon and stuff like Patreon would be the only thing keeping YouTubers alive at that point.
Sale. It's kind of like when you're at a department store buying a TV and the salesman who helped you gives you a referral card or a receipt with their name on it, so when you eventually get to the checkout counter, the clerk knows which salesman to award the sale to. You can think of affiliate cookies as a digital version of that. So what happened when we got to the checkout page? Well, once Honey popped up, watch what happened to Linus's affiliate cookie after we clicked apply discounts. You see that? Honey came in, removed Linus's affiliate cookie.
There's no ethical sponsorships under capitalism. Is there no ethical sponsorships? I mean, yeah, it's a joke, but I mean, it's kind of true too. Like I've talked about this before, but you know, it would be great if I could completely function on Patreon revenue and like YouTube revenue, because like in some cases I do wonder. At the moment, I haven't had sponsorships yet. Like there's a few conversations that, you know, maybe at some point this year, probably at some point this year, if I'm able to put out enough videos this year, there's probably going to start to be sponsorship for the channel this year. But Yeah, if it's stuff like, I don't know, mattresses, or I mean, even mattresses when they're making claims that are very dubious about how amazing it is for your health, promoting that feels a bit weird. But even like assuming that the company is fully above board and there's no scam hidden in it, there's always the conflict of interest involved, especially if you want sponsorships that are consistent with what you're doing. You know, if you don't want to cut away from a video about like refugees drowning in the Mediterranean and then make a switch to a sponsorship about you know, Raid Shadow Legends or something like that. That, like, if you want the sponsorship to kind of be relevant, if you're doing something about cybersecurity and then you do or like online scams and then you do the a sponsorship for that what Incogni, the company that that deletes your credentials from a bunch of places that you don't use anymore, or from like online databases. I don't know exactly how it works. Those seem relevant, but also if you're covering something that is relevant to them, are you in a conflict of interest in terms of like how you cover them, if you cover them, or the decision not to cover them because they're sponsoring the channel? Like, those are always complicated things that can require a very tricky balance for stuff like famously the Johnny Harris WEF sponsorship. Like, that was a case of not handling that balance well at all, because that was like way too close for comfort. Even in the best interpretations of how that video came down, that was way too close for comfort in terms of the ethics of it.
And replace it with their own, claiming credit for.
That's crazy. Like, just the brazenness of like, oh yeah, send it to PayPal. It's not even hidden. It's not even a shell. Like, it's just out in the open that we're going to steal the commission from people, and we're just going to send it to ourselves with no, like, not even send it to Honey, send it to PayPal. Crazy.
For the sale and pocketing the commission money for themselves. Yeah. Now, if we quickly go back again, we can see what's causing this to happen. After clicking Apply Discounts, what you'll notice is that in the top left corner of your browser, Honey discreetly opens a small new tab, which acts like a simulated referral click, as if they were the ones to refer you to the website, even though you're already on the website and at the checkout page. Once that page is finished.
Enough about small boats. Let's talk about World of Warships. Oh my god, I really hope I never get to that point. I hope I never get desperate enough to do something like that.
Loading and has stuffed PayPal's affiliate cookie, the tab automatically closes, leaving you blissfully unaware that anything ever happened. It's very sneaky. Now, when I first discovered this was happening, I thought, there's no way. Why would all these high-profile influencers...
Does Peter Thiel still run PayPal? That is a good question. Yeah, but how much ownership does Peter Thiel have? Did he sell his shares? I wonder if any of these like own significant chunks of PayPal. Like, no matter what, he's probably not directly involved in this. Okay. Apparently, Peter Thiel sold the shares. Okay, so he had 3.7% and he sold the shares. Okay. Anyway.
Promoting a company that is actively poaching their affiliate commissions. It didn't make any sense. So to make sure I wasn't going crazy, I went on a Honey testing spree, clicking one affiliate link after another, and it kept happening. But even after all those tests, I scoured the internet to see if anyone was talking about this and found nothing. Okay, there was this one debate about it on the Y Combinator forum, but...
I do love these things in chat, yeah. I know that the car hit the Christmas market, but let me tell you about Rocket League. And as Europe heads closer to war with Russia, you can prepare and hone your skills by playing War Thunder. Or World of Tanks. Enough about how Ukraine drones are taking down Russian tanks. Let's talk about actually driving tanks with World of Tanks.
Nothing concrete. Besides that, virtually nobody was talking about this, adding fuel to my doubt. So I figured, screw it. I'll reach out to Honey and ask them directly. And sure enough, they came back to me with the following. If Honey is activated and is the last program used while shopping on a site, it is likely Honey will receive credit for the purchase.
If Honey is activated and is the last program used,
receive credit for the purchase.
But they force themselves to be the last program used. Like, if you have Honey on your browser, it will force itself to be the last program used. So that doesn't make any sense.
I was right, and just like that, my investigation into Honey began. Now, some might consider what PayPal's doing here dirty or highly unethical, but personally, I can't see how it's anything short of fraud. I mean, just imagine something like this happening in a real-world scenario.
I mean, there was that one time months ago, like February or March or something, where I was reading the ICJ report, and it was about children in Gaza, like the percentage of children in Gaza wetting their beds as like in response to like the trauma of what's happening there. And someone brought up like a mattress sponsorship or something like that. Like, holy shit, those kinds of things. Like, that's what I don't want to do. Like, that's exactly the kind of stuff that would feel really, really, really wrong to do.
Let's say you're at a department store looking to buy a new TV. A salesman spends time running you through your options. You decide to buy, he gives you his referral card, you get to the checkout, and right as you're about to pay, a sleazy salesman pops up going, "Hey, shall I check if I have any coupon codes for you?" Naturally, you say sure. He snatches your referral card without you ever noticing, looks for coupons, says sorry, no luck this time, but instead of handing back
The part that really hits home here is like the without you ever noticing.
looks for coupons, says sorry, no luck this time, but instead of handing back the original referral card, he hands back his own. PayPal didn't refer the customer to the store, they didn't promote any of the products, the salesman did that. PayPal provided absolutely zero value to the customer, yet they were rewarded for the sale. But because this is all happening online, buried behind clicks and cookies and tracking data, there's little to no transparency that this is ever happening. Okay, but what if Honey had found a working coupon code? Would that make it okay for them to claim the commission? Honestly, no, I don't think so. The fact remains that Honey didn't refer the customer to the store, nor did they promote the product. Look, don't get me wrong, I'm a consumer myself. Saving money matters, especially when money's tight. But this scam doesn't just affect wealthy influencers. There are hundreds of thousands of small creators, bloggers, artists who rely on affiliate commissions to support their craft.
I should start getting an affiliate link.
Sure,
Or
you could
I should start having affiliate links to places.
argue that Honey may have convinced the consumer to complete the purchase by providing a discount. But let's be real, if you're already at the checkout with your items in your cart, you already have a high intent to purchase. And again, this would never fly in a real life sales environment. No department store is going to allow a salesman to hang out at the checkout counter, casually handing out coupon codes while simultaneously stealing commissions from the other sales reps. So why are we allowing a corporate giant like PayPal to do it on the internet? Now, believe it or not, this first example I just showed you with Linus is just one of 3 scenarios in which Honey poaches affiliate commissions, and the next scenarios are even worse. But before I show you how bad scenario 2 is, it's important you understand the fundamental system Honey is exploiting.
I'm not sure about they're even worse. Maybe I don't remember part of the video, but to me that was the worst part, is like the affiliate link stealing. The rest of the stuff is bad, but to me that's the worst for sure.
See, in affiliate marketing, there's this thing called last click attribution, which basically means last click wins. For example, you might click on a shoe blogger's affiliate link for a pair of Nikes, but you don't buy right away. Later, you click on a YouTuber's link for the same shoes and complete the purchase. In this scenario, the YouTuber gets the commission and the blogger gets nothing. There are other models like first click, where the blogger would win the commission, or dynamic click, where the commission is shared. But the industry went with last click because while it's not always the fairest, it's the easiest to implement. Therefore, it became the industry standard. Now, when it's blogger versus YouTuber for a sale, honestly, I'd say last click is usually fair. But when it's anyone versus Honey, there's no real competition. Honey pops up right at the end of your purchasing journey, virtually guaranteeing they'll win that last click. They of course know this and do anything they can to get that last click, even when there's no coupon codes to offer. Which brings us to scenario 2. Honey got—
That's the thing that, okay, because of the business model of Honey, I think there could have been an argument for them to take credit for a sale when they have a coupon code so that they're able to get money. Otherwise, Honey is like literally just a money sink, like making the browser extension just makes no sense. Putting any amount of work or money into making honey without any kind of revenue for them would have made no sense. So I think if it was fully disclosed, it would have been okay when they find a coupon code for you, for them to get like some benefit from that, some kind of kickback from that. But the fact that, number one, it's not disclosed, and number two, they do it behind everyone's back, even when they don't get any kind of discount, is crazy. And the fact that it's not just like the way the browser extension works is like, once you have this browser extension, it's not just doing this to the people who told you get honey, in which case it's kind of like, well, it's their fault, you know? It's literally doing this for every single other affiliate link that you ever use. It's stealing all of those across the internet, which is I would really like to know how much money they made from this.
Gold, which is now called PayPal Rewards. Here's how it works. When you get to the checkout and Honey Gold is available, Honey pops up and is essentially saying, hey you, consumer, click this button here so PayPal can claim the commission for the sale, and we'll share a portion of that commission money with you in the form of points. It's basically a lame cashback scheme. And it's genius because if there are no coupons to offer, but the store is participating in Honey Gold, it gives Honey another reason to get that last click. How can YouTubers, bloggers, or any other type of affiliate fairly compete against this type of mechanism? Of course the consumer's going to click, and of course they're going to win the sale. Now this got me thinking, how much of their commission are they actually sharing with users? Well, to find out, I decided to put Honey Gold to the test. So I looked for any website where Honey Gold was offered and found it on NordVPN. And no, this is not a sneaky sponsorship. So I signed up for NordVPN's affiliate program, which offers 40% commission on successful referrals after getting approved.
Speaking of, this live stream is sponsored by NordVPN.
Into the program, I received a custom affiliate link for my YouTube channel. Using this link, I made two separate purchases. For the first, I activated Honey Gold, and sure enough, you can see my affiliate cookie was replaced with Honey's. And for the second, I didn't activate Honey Gold. As expected, I was awarded a $35 commission for the sale where Honey Gold wasn't activated, and received nothing when Honey Gold was activated. For the first time, I experienced Honey poaching my own affiliate commission. So how much of my stolen $35 commission did PayPal share as cash back with my Honey account, aka the consumer? Brace yourselves, 89 points, which is equivalent to 89 cents USD. That's right, Honey poached a $35 commission for doing nothing and rewarded me a grand total of 89 cents. Thanks PayPal, you really shouldn't have. No, seriously, you really shouldn't have. Now, on to scenario 3. For you ladies out there, let's say you're looking for a new outfit. Your favorite influencer tries on something that slays, you click on their affiliate link and get to the checkout. But in this scenario, Honey knows it has nothing to offer. No coupon codes, no Honey Gold, yet it still pops up to announce absolutely nothing. Annoying as fuck. Naturally, you click the got it button to get rid of the annoying dancing coin, and whoa, what's that? PayPal takes the sale.
That's the thing.
Why?
That's crazy.
Because
just like acknowledging that they didn't get anything.
fuck you, Mary, that's your commission. But wait, there's more. My personal favorite is when Honey has nothing to offer, so it pops up offering you to check out with PayPal, even though the option is already available at the checkout page. And of course, if you click the checkout button, PayPal poaches the sale. Classy. As I was saying, Honey uses any excuse possible to get that last click from the user. It's absolutely disgusting. I can't even begin to fathom how much money has been lost at the hands of this browser extension. Imagine being the influencers who promoted Honey, telling your audience, who, by the way, are the most likely to use your affiliate links, to download an app that poaches your affiliate sales. It's crazy. Now, to be clear, not every influencer who promoted Honey engages in affiliate marketing, so those who don't are obviously unaffected. But did any of the influencers who are engaging in affiliate marketing ever catch on to what Honey's been doing? Well, it turns out yes, at least one of them did. Linus Tech Tips, who have been promoting Honey since 2017. So here's how I found this out. You see, one day I was browsing Linus's forum to see if anyone had raised a red flag about Honey. And sure enough, back in 2020, someone sounded the alarm, but it was ultimately ignored. However, in 2022, a different user noticed that LMG were no longer promoting Honey and asked the team if they had been dropped as a sponsor, to which one of Linus's employees responded with,
And this would have been a completely relevant thing for Linus Tech Tips to cover. Why didn't they do it, is my question. If they knew about this, if they found out about this, why weren't they the ones to break this story 2 years ago?
"We ended the partnership with Honey due to the way their service interacted with affiliate links. Essentially, if someone clicked on an affiliate link and then they use Honey and search for a deal, Honey will override that tracking link even if they don't find you a deal. That didn't jive with us, so we ended the partnership."
Yeah, they took a lot of money from Honey, but still, like if they were no longer going to work from Honey, why keep it quiet exactly? Why would they just like quietly end their partnership? Especially because of everything that we've seen. Like Linus Tech Tips realized that Honey was poaching their affiliate links no matter what. That means that everyone who uses Honey, even if they don't promote Honey, even if they don't have a partnership with Honey, everyone on the internet who uses Honey and who uses Linus Tech Tips affiliate links would steal Linus Tech Tips things. So why would they keep it quiet when keeping it quiet continues to hurt them? It's not just a matter of we're not going to promote this because we don't want to do more harm. It's like we're going to break this story for the greater good. It's like breaking the story is good for them too. So why did they just like end their partnership, which does nothing to solve the problem and does nothing to like prevent their affiliate links from being poached? That's the thing that I don't get. Maybe they must have realized. So yeah, I don't know.
So they had no idea this was happening, and it took them several years to catch on. That's quite telling, because we're talking about a tech-savvy YouTube channel that's run by a very large team. The fact that it took them several years to figure this out, in my opinion, really underscores the deceptive nature with which Honey operates. If Linus and his team didn't know, I can't imagine many other influencers.
Maybe because their store operations seem rather big and they probably need to work with PayPal. Possibly, yeah. Possibly they were worried about repercussions or just like revenge from PayPal for doing this.
Would have known either. Now, I have to say, as a longtime viewer and supporter of Linus's channel, I'm incredibly disappointed they
the specificity, Jeff W., the specificity of the explanation on the forum, like the fact that they were pointing out, like even if Honey doesn't find anything, they were pretty much, they had the whole story basically in that one forum post. They were like, oh yeah, we realized this and we were therefore not going to work with them anymore. But like, again, not working with them doesn't prevent their links from being poached or their commissions from being poached. So I don't know why they didn't go further with that or they didn't escalate that more.
Weren't more public with this discovery. I get this specific issue doesn't directly affect their viewers, but surely they must have realized the wider impact this could be having on the creator community, a community they're a part of. I think that matters. And it's not as though they only promoted Honey once or twice. They did approximately 160 sponsored
Jesus, the amount of work that went into making this video is crazy.
segments, all of which remain live on YouTube. Those videos have accumulated around 194 million views. According to my data, that makes Linus's company LMG the third largest promoter of Honey on YouTube. So yeah, in my opinion, they should have made more noise about this. But what's truly baffling to me is that after LMG ended their partnership with Honey, they then went ahead and partnered with a company called Karma Now, a coupon browser extension that literally engages in similar behavior.
So yeah, it's not just Honey. Because the problem with Honey is that they need a business model that is profitable for them. Whereas Honey, the way that Honey advertised that it worked, the way that it claimed, oh yeah, we look for discount codes, and if, like for example, we see this later in the video, but in theory, if you're aware of a discount code that Honey doesn't offer you up when you check out, like when you're checking out, if Honey is like, oh, we didn't find anything, and you say, oh, but I have a discount code that is actually better than the ones you found, or like that exists, whereas you didn't find any, you can tell Honey about that discount code, and supposedly it should add it to their database. So that kind of stuff should be fairly easy to do as like an extension developed by like a small team of people or by a single person. The problem is advertising that extension. But now there's a great opportunity for someone to, I don't know, make an extension called like agave syrup or something like that. And that is like, oh, the ethical alternative to Honey that doesn't actually scam anyone. And that works the way Honey was supposed to work. Honey wasn't always PayPal. Honey bought them. PayPal bought them at one point. I wonder if that changed stuff. That is a good question. I would love to know. Because there's going to be a lawsuit over this, or many, but at least one for sure. I would love to see the response from Honey on this, and hopefully we're going to get like, maybe a comment from the early developers of Honey, like the people who invented the browser extension that was bought by PayPal. Some kind of acknowledgement or discussion of if there was a change or if this was always the case and just the way that Honey worked. Maybe it's like, for what they're probably going to say is that basically this was an accident, and that just like the technicalities of last click meant that they would happen to get the last click cookie thing no matter what, and so they just took advantage of that, or there was no way to prevent that from happening. I don't know. That sounds like the kind of justifications that they're going to use. We'll see, but either way, like I would love to have kind of an inside story about this. Legal. Yes, I opened the legal video in another tab that we're going to watch after this.
Now, I did reach out to LMG about the situation, and I'll be honest, their response was not to my satisfaction. They didn't address the majority of my questions. However, they did at least provide some important context about their dealings with Honey. LMG stated that as soon as these issues with Honey were brought to us, we tried to work with them to remedy them. After a few calls, we were informed that they weren't willing to change, so we stopped working with them across all channels. So let me get this straight.
Let me see what the rest of the email was. Historically, it's been standard practice that we leave our videos and the accompanying sponsor reads up in perpetuity. Oh, the accompanying sponsor reads up in perpetuity. This is the first time anyone has raised this as a concern, so we thank you, and we will consider this this feedback in future sponsorship contracts. I also want to mention that there are many categories and things that we simply don't promote. That list can be found here. We're by no means perfect, but we're constantly working with our brand partners and community to help address valid sponsorship concerns and do the right thing. That doesn't really say much. This seems like ChatGPT generate a PR friendly answer on to this question, basically.
So we stopped working with them across all channels. So let me get this straight. One of Honey's biggest promoters goes to them and says, "Hey, can you please stop overriding our affiliate links?" And Honey effectively goes, "Nah, not happening." Assuming I've got that correct, and if true, that just goes to show what little regard Honey has not only for content creators, but also their partners. Now, as for LMG's less than ideal response, I did press Linus's team to address the rest of my questions, but never heard back from them. But also their partners. Now, as for LMG's less than ideal response, I did press.
When you say that Honey wasn't willing to change, could you clarify what specifically they refused to change? Are you referring to the overriding of affiliate cookies tracking IDs, or was there something else? In particular, I'd like more clarity on your partnership with Karma now. Given your prior experiences with Honey and the issues I outlined, it's surprising and frankly concerning that LMG would immediately enter into a partnership with a platform engaging in similar behaviors. It appears that little to no due diligence was done before partnering. Was the ball dropped here? Or do you not agree with my findings regarding Karma Now practices? This guy is awesome, honestly. The way that he's pursuing this is awesome.
Linus's team to address the rest of my questions, but never heard back from them. But it's time to shift gears, because unfortunately, this scam runs much deeper than stolen affiliate commissions. It's time we talk about how Honey used these influencers to sell you a complete lie, how they sold you a product that was doing the opposite of what they promised. You see, as I was testing Honey across different stores, I was encountering a reoccurring issue. When I reached the checkout page, Honey would claim it couldn't find me any coupon codes, yet when I searched manually, I found working codes with these. And even when Honey did find me a code, I was often able to find another code of better value. Kind of strange, given their claim that...
Well, thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is now a thing of the past.
Another oddity was that Honey would often only find me Honey branded coupon codes, such as Honey 5 or Honey 10. Why would a store only have Honey branded coupon codes? Kind of weird, right?
But why would a store have Honey branded coupon codes in the first place? Not just only, but like, why would they have any?
Biggest red flag was that when I tried submitting the better coupon codes I'd found, Honey wasn't adding them to their database. So why not? Well, eventually I figured out what was going on. It turns out that one of the key benefits for stores partnering with Honey is that they are given full control over which coupon codes go live on the platform, if any at all. I discovered this while listening to a podcast produced by Honey, which appears to be aimed at attracting new businesses to joining their platform. In this podcast, an employee from the Australian clothing store, Princess Polly, discusses the benefits of partnering with Honey.
What would you say to any brand that is considered working with Honey but hasn't yet?
I would say missing out on converting customers. Like I said before, Gen Z is super discount savvy. You can't ignore the fact that they will hunt for like discount codes and they might find a better deal. With Honey, you can also control the discount code percentage, which means like they will potentially find a higher discount code on the internet. It literally lets you control like the customer journey, convert and control like the discount code percentage as well.
So, translation, Gen Z is super savvy about discount codes. So by partnering with Honey, you can gaslight them into thinking that they're not going to be able to find anything better.
This is insane. She's basically saying, Honey is great.
GDPY, maybe recording our crimes was a bad idea. Yeah, basically, yeah. This is the problem with talking out of both sides of your mouth. Of having like a populist message on one hand, hey, we're going to help you get the best deal you can and like pay as little money as you can to these companies, and on the other side they're like, hey companies, we're going to help you prevent your customers from getting the best deal they can. After Joe Rogan, the Honey Buzzcast might be the last podcast I would want to listen to. There's so many like weird insider industry podcasts like that are probably like a gold mine of stories like this. I'm sure there are so many cases of people openly talking about their whether you want to call it crimes or just like of their shady business practices without like because they know that the only people listening to the podcast are people who are in on it, and the fact that this was just like there out of the open, publicly available for free on podcast platforms is making me wonder just like how easily the other stories could be found just like by listening to insider podcasts like these.
For businesses because it encourages users not to bother hunting for coupon codes, and it allows businesses to control which coupon codes are shared with consumers. Now, I was able to further verify this on Honey's website, specifically the FAQ page for partners, which clearly states, as a partner, you have control over the content hosted on the Honey platform. So yes, even if Honey knows of a coupon code that offers, say, 20% off, but a partnering store tells them,
oh, you have no idea. A regional manager for my last company went on one of those and twisted a story of him dropping the ball big time into an inspirational shit. Yeah, well, that's not uncommon in general, just in business. When you're taught for like job interviews, when they say, what is your biggest regret, or like, what is your biggest failure professionally? And you have to turn that into like inspirational, like lessons learned or something like that. Like it's always like that. Like learning to twist negative stories into positive ones. But yeah, no, like UGTPY, like the protection racket, that's exactly what the other side of their business is. It's like they have this entire thing that is helping like regular internet users save money from companies, like paying companies less. And they literally have a protection racket on the side that is like, if you pay us some money, we're going to minimize the impact on you. Like, just pay us some money and give us like the discount codes that you're fine with them finding, and we'll hide the other ones from them, is a protection racket. It's literally that.
Hey, only share a 5% off coupon, then that's the only discount Honey will apply to your cart at the checkout page. I mean, holy shit. Honey wasn't finding you the best deals possible, they were intentionally withholding them from you for their own financial gain. This completely invalidates Honey's core value proposition to consumers. For years, they sold you the lie that they would find you every working coupon code on the internet and apply the best one to your cart. But nope, complete and utter lie. They have literally been feeding you coupon codes that were approved by the partnered stores who were paying them. And can I just say, the double messaging here is hilarious. Because on one hand, Honey has appealed to consumers by promising to find the best deals possible. But on the other hand, they appeal to businesses claiming that Honey helps prevent consumers from finding the best deals. It's absurd. Now, when you think about it, this all makes complete sense. I mean, why would any online business pay Honey for sharing their highest value coupon codes with its 20 million users? That's not an appealing partnership whatsoever. So, to make a partnership more attractive, Honey told businesses, hey, if you partner with us and pay us an affiliate commission, we'll let you control which discount codes are shared on our platform. And we'll tell our consumers we scoured the internet and found them the best deal possible. Everybody wins. Just not the consumers or the influencers. With this discovery, I decided to do a thorough audit of Honey's advertising campaigns. And yikes, the ads, the sponsorships, everywhere you look, it's lie after lie. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up going down as one of the most aggressive, shameless marketing scams of the century. Just look at this insane list.
Like you said at the start of the video, this is a multi-year investigation. It feels like that. It feels like the spotlight thing, where like I wonder how many times they found something new. Like, okay, now we have the story. Now we can make the video. Wait, no, there's another rabbit hole that we haven't gone down through. Like the fact that this took many years. Like, you see the data that they gathered, and is like, okay, that makes sense that would take a lot of time. Whereas like the list that they had of the number of YouTube channels that were promoting it, I really wonder how much of an effort this was to find this kind of information. And it's like really inspiring, but also like, holy shit. How big of a team does he have? It's like, 'cause this is definitely not like a 1, 2, or like 3-person team level of thing, you know, like, so more people like this need to exist. Like independent journalists doing this kind of work needs to happen way more often.
List of videos that were sponsored by Honey. According to my data, they sponsored almost 5,000 videos across roughly 1,000 different YouTube channels, racking up an unbelievable 7.8 billion views. It's crazy. So now that we have a clearer picture of how Honey operates, let's reflect on some of their claims.
Honey will find every working code on the internet and apply the best one to your cart.
If Honey can't find a discount code for you, then you can rest assured there's not a
That's the one that's crazy.
single discount or promo code on the internet.
Because, okay, this seems like it's a pretty old video, but still, normally when you do, as far as I know, when you do a sponsorship, you send either like the script of what you said, like either they give you a script or you like rework their script, like they'll tell you what key phrases to include in the thing, and you like send them either the full text of what you said in the sponsored section of your video, or you just send them the video clip saying, okay, this is the part that we're going to put in our video. And they give the okay. If the creator is saying something that is like properly incorrect, like just an outright lie, they should say, hey, you can't claim this. Like I'm sure in cases like VPNs, there's a lot of things that people are allowed to say and not allowed to say, and the companies probably have like legal departments that are like making sure that what is claimed, and even if it's like what a creator is saying and not something that the company told the creator to say, if they're saying it at a sponsored section, to promote the creator, like to promote the company should be the one saying, yeah, you can't make that claim. That is not something that that is accurate, and we would get into a lot of trouble if you said that. But like the fact that these kinds of sponsorships went up with no problem whatsoever is crazy.
Code on the internet and apply the best one to your cart.
If Honey can't find a discount code for you, then you can rest assured there's not a single discount or promo code on the internet.
It's a free browser extension that automatically finds you the best promo codes for anything you purchase online. You literally don't spend money.
Honey searches the known internet for every promo code ever used. This means you always get the best deals without even trying.
How much money would you have to get paid to give yourself a Honey Bukkake? Because my price tag would be pretty high in this case.
Means you always get the best deals without even trying.
What Honey does is take money and they put it in your pocket.
If there is any way to
I would pay to get a Honey Bukkake.
save money on your purchase, they'll find it.
Getting you the lowest prices possible at checkout.
You are always going to get the best deal no matter where you're shopping. Amazon, eBay, Best Buy, doesn't matter. Honey's got your butt covered.
If Honey can't find a code, you have the best deal.
It really puts into perspective just how shady this company is, doesn't it? Now, believe it or not, the Better Business Bureau launched an inquiry into Honey's advertising claims. But after Honey the Better Business Bureau launched an inquiry into Honey's advertising.
Okay, well, there you go. They fucked up. Like, I don't know if this is ever going to go anywhere, especially under a Trump administration. But yeah, clearly the fact that they let these claims be spread, even if they didn't tell creators to spread these claims of Honey will absolutely find the best deals for you, and it, like, if Honey doesn't find anything, you can be sure that there's nothing else out there. That was a big fuck up for them to like let that be said or actively tell people to say that, and hopefully they get some kind of consequences from that here, and hopefully the lawsuit that we're going to look at in a second will get them more consequence from that.
Claims. But after Honey immediately discontinued the claims for, quote, business reasons, the BBB
discontinued the claims. That explains it.
He decided to drop the case.
So yeah, no consequence, but they discontinued the claims at least. But still, I mean, this is crazy.
Honestly, at this point in my investigation, I thought I'd seen the worst of it. I thought I understood the full picture of Honey's shady business model. But here's the thing. What I haven't told you is that there were instances where Honey would actually work really well, finding me incredible discounts that seemed almost too good to be true. Now, it wasn't very often, but enough to confuse me. And there were even times when they weren't poaching affiliate commissions by claiming the credit for sales. These inconsistencies bugged me. It didn't add up with everything else I had discovered. It was clear I was missing something. Well, once I finally figured out what that was, I uncovered an even darker side to PayPal's scam, one that targeted an entirely new victim.
Yeah, I forgot about that the last time I watched it, so that is definitely something I'm curious about.
We started having problems where customers would get in touch via support saying, oh, hey, I just tried to use this discount, this 60% off coupon, and it doesn't work. I'd be like, dude, that is not your discount. Like, how did you get that? And they'd be like, oh, I just showed up through the Honey extension.
Yeah, it cost us thousands, and I haven't even looked into how far back it went.
At the end of the day, like, you need to make the numbers work, and if Honey is going to steal 10% of your revenue all the time, you're going to have to raise prices at the end of the day, and it's just like a really awful business model. Like, we've been so mad at them for so long.
Yep, I'm curious. Definitely need to watch that. I think they're generating false coupons to retaliate against business that don't subscribe to Honey Gold. I don't think they can do that. Maybe. I will have to see what the video is, but I don't see how they could do that. So that might be, I don't know. We'll see. Who's a cute? She's telling me she needs stream donos for more cat food. So link in the description if you want to help out. From 2020.
Can I pause real quick? I have a natural distrust of Honey. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but I naturally distrust Honey. And I don't... Okay, all right, guys. All right, we're going to stop. Everyone listen. I don't know what it is, but my gut tells me that nothing in life is free. So where's all these savings coming from? And like the money that...
I think the savings were fine. Making a browser extension is probably not that hard. Not that I know how to do it, but like it doesn't take a huge multi-million-dollar company to make a browser extension. And I'm sure like there are plenty of like low-budget browser extensions that can be made by like single people. So someone deciding, you know what, I have a good idea for a browser extension. I'm going to make this, and in some cases, like maybe I'll get $10 out of it, and it might still be worth it in the long run. The problem was the millions and millions of dollars that they were spending on advertising, especially advertising through YouTubers. Like they were one of the biggest sponsors of creators for years.
That people get from Honey, I don't trust it. They push so much advertising. They push so much advertising on YouTube. They do brand deals with other YouTubers. I think they've even offered me, and I said no, because I just don't trust Honey. I have a feeling there's gonna, in like a couple years, there's gonna be the great Honey conspiracy of like 2022. And
he was off by a couple of years, but still.
I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's fine. And like, I got no problem with like the concept of an app that like clips coupon codes for you. That's great. That sounds great on its surface, but there's some shady shit going on. I can't put my finger upon it. But why do they spend millions on advertising? And then people are getting money out of it, and then people are saving money out of it, and that makes sense, but the other part doesn't make sense, and then something's going on here. Where's all this money coming from? Where is Honey getting the money?
He's doing a really good Pixar face.
Where's Honey getting all their money from? They should be losing money. In the grand scheme of everything being compared across the internet, shouldn't they be losing an incredible amount of money considering how much they're saving other people and giving to people? Something's going on there. I don't trust Honey. I don't know what it is.
Anyway, that's it. So yeah, the update is...
And there are no coupons.
Oops.
The biggest scam in YouTube history. The biggest YouTube scam has just been revealed.
Honey, one of the largest influencer scams.
This might just be the biggest influencer scam of all time.
Honey has been revealed to be a complete scam.
The coupon mafia?
I think it's scummy as hell. I hesitate to call it illegal because I just genuinely don't know. I need a legal video.
And I think Honey should be sued for it. I am glad that everybody is now aware that Honey has a corrupt business model.
Creators are saying that Honey is a scam. They believe that Honey steals from creators.
Can you imagine having a YouTube channel that is big enough that people are like, I need a legal video on this? Like you are like the reference for like legal explainers or for any... We need to get to that point at some point in the next 10 years.
So on behalf of creators everywhere, I have filed a class action lawsuit to stop it. So how did we get here? Well, as you probably...
I need to look into, because this is not the first time he announces a lawsuit. Baby, I'm working. This is not the first time he announces a lawsuit. I would like to see if there's been any developments from any of the other lawsuits he's announced. I would love to know that.
I believe that Honey lied to consumers about what it offered. And I believe that Honey lied to creators about what it was doing. And perhaps the worst part about all of this is that Honey, now owned by PayPal, allegedly made creators the unwitting accomplices in stealing from their own pocketbooks. Think about how insidious this all was. Honey spent tens of millions of dollars, maybe even hundreds of millions of dollars, sponsoring some of the most beloved and successful creators on the planet. Honey allegedly seeded those audiences with their extension. And that extension probably stayed on their audience's browsers like a sleeping leech, waiting for the viewer to conduct a transaction. And thus, forever after, the creator's future sponsorships and future affiliate relationships and advertisements were devalued now that the creator's audience was infected. The exact people who would be most likely to listen to the recommendations of that creator, which, by the way, is the reason that it's so important for creators to vet their sponsors and make sure that they believe in the products, were now likely to be sniped. Whenever those viewers or listeners clicked on the creator's link or used the creator's promo code, Honey would allegedly swoop in and steal the attribution. We believe that PayPal's Honey is a drag on the entire creator economy. If you're a creator and you've ever used an affiliate link, run a sponsorship, or allowed ads, we believe it's possible that Honey has interjected itself and parasitically taken away your attribution. Even if you've never even heard of Honey until now. Advertisers spent $30 billion on advertising on YouTube AdSense alone in 2023. Presumably, those companies made a lot more revenue than they spent on advertising. But how many billions of that went to Honey? I'm honestly surprised that extensions like Honey, Karma, Capital One Shopping, and Pi are even allowed on the Apple App Store or the Google Extension Marketplace. So I say, enough is enough. It's time to put my money where my mouth is. So
if you're interested in other videos, in other legal lawsuits, I recommend you watch his recent video about his DOJ and FBI lawsuit. I watched it, and there was also one a few years ago where he sued the government for a, I think it wasn't a FOIA request, but he sued the government for information that they weren't disclosing, and I've never heard any update on that. And I imagine that if there had been an update, he would have announced it on his channel. It's probably that these things either take time, or if they're thrown out of court, he doesn't really want to talk about them because they didn't go anywhere.
I, along with some other great attorneys, filed suit on behalf of all creators and businesses who have been harmed by Honey PayPal. Because there are so many people, we filed a class action lawsuit seeking damages in the form of the money that we believe Honey prevented from reaching creators so we can give it back to creators. And equally important, we're suing for an injunction to stop Honey's practices in the future. If you're a creator or a business who...
I hope that includes every business that does something similar to Honey. Because if, for example, that Karma thing that Linus Tech Tips was working with after Honey does the same thing, then this seems to be a widespread problem.
Junction to stop Honey's...
Yeah, I guess this would be jurisprudence that would prevent it from happening from other companies doing, or at least would open other companies to similar lawsuits if they did this, whereas this being the first lawsuit of this kind, this lawsuit is way more risky than if this lawsuits win, it's going to become super easy to sue future people about this.
Practices in the future. If you're a creator or a business who thinks that they've been harmed by Honey, please reach out to my law firm by either going to honeylawsuit.com or by reaching out via email at honeycase@eagleteam.law. We want to hear from you. This isn't only about people who ran a Honey sponsorship, but rather anyone who might have had their attribution taken by Honey. We believe that things like running...
Let's see very quickly. Legal Eagle. There's like at least two videos.
Legal Eagles, I think the legal system is...
I think there's at least two videos that I can think of that I've seen where he was announcing, I'm suing the government or I'm suing the FBI. Suing. Boom. Yeah, so I'm suing the FBI and the DOJ. No, everyone is suing Logan Paul. That's not him. District Court opinions. Okay, the court dismisses the counts against. Okay, so this one didn't go anywhere. And the other one is too recent. Well, I guess we'll have to see. Hopefully the Honey one goes a bit further. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. You can follow the main Barely Informed channel at youtube.com/@barelyinfo and follow this channel for live streams every week.